Hello everyone and welcome to AEW Discussion. I'm your host and AEW enthusiast Doug. In today's episode I'm going to be discussing Dynamite March 8th, 2023 episode. And this was an episode of Dynamite coming off the Revolution pay-per-view event. So this is, I guess you could say, the Fallout episode. Couple championship matches, TNT title and All Atlantic title were on the line. And with that, we'll go ahead and get right into the action, starting with the All-Atlantic title match, Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. And this match was another good one between two guys with better in-ring chemistry than perhaps expected. They worked seamlessly together, and they put together a smart and logical match. Cassidy failed to hit his trademark orange punch because of his knee. Lethal would struggle with his signature stuff because of his shoulder, and those spots would play on established injuries that were worked on throughout the match and directly led to the finish of the match, which saw Cassidy retain. The post-match would see Jeff Jarrett attack Cassidy and break his guitar over his knee and set up a match next week between Cassidy and Jarrett, not for the All-Atlantic Championship, but instead for the International Championship. Not to be confused with the Intercontinental title, different company. International Championship, they are renaming the All-Atlantic title to a new name, and to be honest, I don't hate it. I think it's a good name, and yeah, I think it's a good name, so good on them for that one. And while Cassidy versus Jarrett might not sound appealing, it gives Cassidy direction for at least a week, and also move Jarrett out of the tag team division at least for a week. But truth be told, I think that's something that AEW might want to consider having be something more permanent going forward, as the tag team division is not a place Jeff Jarrett needs to be, taking up spots in title matches that he has no business being in. AR Fox and Top Flight versus Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia. So JAS would get the win here thanks to some systematic cheating, and then he talks about Jericho being on a cold streak, or a losing streak. Well, you can put those to bed because he got a win. Not a singles win, but win's a win. After the match, the JAS would congratulate or celebrate 1 year. Kind of celebrate, but more just kind of, celebrate the fact that they've been together for a year. Wasn't much of a celebration, but they pointed it out. And then they would attempt to position themselves as the number one contenders to the Trios Championship, and call out the new champions, the House of Black. But instead of that trio answering, it would be the Elite who would interrupt the proceedings. Don Callis would cut a promo, and which then led to the House of Black interjecting themselves into the situation, and then basically telling both trios, hey, if you want the titles, then come get them. So the match was good, but clearly secondary to the events afterwards. House of Black started to take a significant jump up the card by battling the Elite and the Jericho Appreciation Society next week in a triple threat match for the trios title. And hopefully Tony Khan does not make a terrible booking decision like he did with the tag titles and take the titles off the House of Black after only a week, just because you want to give Jericho or May a win in their hometown. Don't have to do it. The House of Black should remain trios champions, and hopefully that will still be the case. And then the show concludes with a TNT Championship match, Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and it was a nice bit of continuity to see Marshall pay off Owen Hobbs won by booking him to help the challenger win the title. Granted, I don't know if anybody actually remembered that Marshall owed Hobbs won. I certainly didn't. They completely forgot about it. But I guess somebody remembered, so it paid off regardless. And in the process, Hobbs wins his first title. Now, we'll admit, the Falls Count Anywhere made it a fun match. Not necessarily a great match, but it was still a fun one. Even though Wardlow losing the title more than one way after just 3 days, of regaining the title after he worked so hard to get it, not exactly the most fond of that decision right there. And then I guess it does raise the question of what exactly are you going to do with Wardlow, because it appeared that you are setting him up to for take 2 with the TNT title reign, but now that's over. So now what? I mean, are you gonna have him chase after the TNT title again? Doesn't really make much sense for him to do that. Because then what? Either he loses again or he wins it again, and I don't know. It's very confusing what exactly the plan is here, but Hopefully the idea is not to play hot potato with the TNT title. Hobbs has the title, for better or for worse. Run with it, see what happens. And yeah, with that, we'll go and wrap up this episode of AEW Discussion. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button down below.